Hi, I'm Jack Hatfield, Australian competitive freediver, instructor, spearfisherman and whale swimming guide. Join me as I recap my season in Tonga, guiding from this remote island in the South Pacific surrounded by beautiful blue ocean and tropical reefs. Hey everyone, Jack here with another encounter log. So yeah, I'm filming all of these pretty much at once, trying to get it all done as much as possible. Yeah, it's always tricky to get these filmed at the end of the day where I look like I've been sitting on a boat all day, soaking in the water and covered in zinc. So I figured I'd get them when I'm at my relatively cleanest. So continuing on, so the last encounter log was about a mother that we encountered on a little reef mound just between the two main islands, and yeah, it was a really lovely swim. It was very, quite a comfortable swim with her. I've got some great photos, great water clarity. She was really nice to swim with. Everyone on board was like, wow, that's like a really comfortable mum. She was super wide awake and was turning towards us, was very comfortable with our presence in the water. And then as we left her pretty much as we found her. She just was there pretty much on the same little mound. We'd hit our maximum time, so with especially mothers and calves, we can only interact for 90 minutes. That's with all operators in the region. Then there's a cooling off period. So it's a really good way to help look after the mothers, especially since they're out there nursing, they've got their new young. So we try to make as minimal impact as possible. So the best type of encounter is that one you leave where you're not disturbing them, they're not shifting their position. You can just leave them sleeping in their area, and then you just take your group, swim 60, 70 meters away, get picked up by your boat, and you can see them just resting on the surface as you go. It's a really quite a nice way to finish encounters, and really helps you just appreciate just how special things are up here. So we move on from our last encounter with this mum. This beautiful mum with a big white patch and big white streaking down the side. Had a really great swim with her. Was actually able to get some really nice underwater shots with her as well. And then I've gone out with the guys. This was 2 days after this one, and yeah, we were having a really good day. Seen a couple of really nice males going out. Had a really great morning. There's a really sort of a surreal moment where we were moving along the front of Pangai on the main reef lines there, and we see one mum resting on the surface logging out, and then another mum resting on the surface logging out, then another one. There's three pretty much in a line, all of them spaced probably about 100 meters apart, and all of them facing the exact same direction. So tails to the shore, pointing out to sea. It's bizarre to see that sort of in an image, but it's also a good reflection of just how fast, how far things have come and how well the population is doing here. So that's steadily increasing season after season, and the whales in general are becoming very comfortable and very relaxed around operators as well, which is really cool to see. We're not there as a threat anymore. There's no more hunting up here, and there seems to be more of a tone shift where they're starting to be more comfortable around us. So it's really cool just to respect that space and always make sure we approach those encounters in the same manner. So moving into our next encounter, we're out, had a couple good swims in the day, gone just a bit more north, went to some wider reefs, had some few swims, so like half hour, 40-minute engagements, still with the same small photography group. They're getting some great shots. We are getting a bit plagued by we keep finding whales in these really sandy, really seaweedy, seagrassy areas with lots of debris, but we seem to be always having our best encounters in these areas, much to the frustration of the photographers. It's nothing worse than you've got this perfectly lined up shot and then there's blades of seagrass everywhere blocking everything, so you can't focus, and all other things coming into play. It was pretty funny listening to the complaints of seagrass in the afternoon editing sessions. So pretty much we get in, we've found this nice mum, we're sort of looking around, panning around the area. We just stopped to have lunch, and I just noticed just off the inside, right up shallow, probably only in about 8-9 meters of water, I can see this back just rising up and then gently going down. She's only coming up roughly every sort of 15-20 minutes. So that means it's probably a mum just asleep there with her calf, just being very chill down there. So we decided I'm just going to keep an eye on her just while we're having our lunch. We were only 200 meters away, and then we'd make our approach in after we just see, and just making sure that she's going to be sitting still in that area. She's not moving around or anything, and it makes for a very easy encounter, especially in those low visibility situations. So we approach in. We decided to drop from pretty far away. We dropped from about, it was at least about 60-70 meters out from her, just because I was aware it was the shallows. I go, hey guys, everyone here's a great swimmer. Let's just all move together as a group, and we'll just slowly approach in, because I was worried about potentially spooking that mum in the shallows if we bring a boat in too close. So we swim in, and lo and behold, it's the same mum we encountered from 2 days prior out on the seamound there. Not too far from where we saw her last time. She was only maybe about just under a kilometre from that seamound. So just really in close to the shore this time, just chilling out. It was actually pretty cool to see her again. And yeah, this time she actually started what we call mobbing us. So generally with mobbing, this is sort of when you usually get this with a group of males. You jump in off the boat, you see them around, you see like maybe 3 or 4 of them hanging around, just, not interested in breeding, not interested in chasing after the females in the area or competing with each other. They're just out being social. And in these sort of scenarios, you find that they just come to you and they keep coming to you, and you try to bring the boat in to leave and they won't let you leave. And they're just very, very interested in everything around them, so they'd be very inquisitive. It can be quite intimidating sometimes, but they're just very curious. So they're coming in and looking at you, and they're like, okay, what's these little things here with all the shiny stuff hanging off them? We're going to go take a look at them. So yeah, there's something that's usually reserved for the male groups, or in other cases, the subadults, the adolescent whales that aren't really up here for breeding, just more for social reasons and learning the routines. In these regards, you find them just hanging around, being very curious. So yeah, to have this mum start acting like that was really quite bizarre. So we had set up in the sand, and then just like 2 days prior, she immediately turned towards us. Not in an aggressive way, just very slowly angled her face, so she's looking straight at us, and like, okay, she might be getting ready to bolt. It is in the shallows, they might not be super comfortable with this. And she just stayed still for a little bit, and the calf came up towards us, and then she started slowly coming as well. And we go, okay, she's going to leave. All right, this might be the end of the encounter. We'll just let her be. And so we got out of the way. We got out of her path of movement, and we figured, okay, she's just going to cruise by and just slowly move off to somewhere else. But she didn't. She just started turning towards us, and kept turning towards us, and kept turning towards us. And we ended up backtracking, and just slowly backtracking around, and she was just slowly following us with her calf, and we just ended up doing these big loops around, and she pretty much followed us nearly all the way out to the boat, which was pretty good. It worked in our favor for the photographers, because we got rid of the dreaded seagrass and ended out in some more comfortable bluer water, so we could actually see what we were taking photos of. But yeah, she just followed us, and yeah, we stayed for the maximum amount of time that was allowed for us. No one else had been swimming with her that day, and yeah, we just cruised our way back out. She followed us the whole way out into the deeper water, and yeah, it was something really bizarre having this mum following us. Yeah, it's quite a bizarre bit of behaviour, and also the baby, super gentle. They would come in, they would come up to us, but they wouldn't be coming in with aggression. There was no defensive behaviour. Her eyes were wide open, looking right at us, and she was moving as slow as a snail, which is a good indicator that she's quite comfortable with our presence, and was just being very curious. So yeah, everyone on the boat was also, again, amazed. They immediately fell in love with this whale. We spent the next couple days looking around for her. We think we saw her again on a later day, having a swim with another boat. A few other operators had an encounter with her. Again, just super calm, super relaxed with all of them. It was definitely one of those top encounters I had for the season. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up another encounter log. I've got so many more stories to tell, so we'll move on to the next one. See you on the next. Cheers.